The Bitcoin eruption is busy happening. No, I didn't say ejaculation. Get your mind straight. Get it out of the gutters. I said eruption. Yes, my friend. Welcome back to the Crypto Bliss Live Spotlight channel show tonight. And today we are going to be speaking about how Bitcoin is currently in its position to springboard off, just like I said in this video right here, as you can see from the thumbnail, boom, 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 and get ready. We're not cracking, but go take a look at that because Bitcoin could be doing whatever it could be doing right now, and you need to be well positioned. If you are not well positioned in things like Avalanche, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the things that I've been talking about right here on the Crypto Bliss channel, woo, my friend, you're going to be missing out on these massive gains in this bull cycle. So let's get on with the show here tonight. If you're watching this and have not yet subscribed to the channel, smash away. What you waiting for, please? Come now. You know you want to. And today we're going to be talking a lot about Bitcoin, but I first want to delve into a few news articles here, pretty much starting with how Bitcoin and crypto intends on being adopted. Currently at today, we're sitting at like 3.84%, somewhere in that region. And that is, I'm talking about of the entire world population. So let's actually go world pop. There you go. World population clock, 8.1 billion people. I'll even get the calculator out for us right now so that we can have a little bit of fun here with this. But let's just say 8.1 billion people are, that's 810, that's 8.1 billion. Let's just say 8.1 billion people today are currently in the world's population. And 2025, we could have a little bit more than that, but let's just work it out on this for now. So if we're saying currently at today's rate, there is 4% of the world's population that are in cryptocurrency, that's about 324 million people. That is about the size of America's population. Interestingly so, isn't it? And I would say about 40 to 50% of Americans are actually at some point have traded crypto or had a part to do in buying or investing in crypto. And so with that being said, by that point, if we are to say hit an 8.2 billion population in 2025, and we times that by 8%, okay, that 8% now converts to about 656 million people across the world in the next year will be in cryptocurrency. I'm already one of those people, and if you're watching this video, you likely are one of those people. So if you are, smash a thumbs up, make some noise on the channel. Let's hear how long you have been in crypto. This December, I will be 5 years in crypto, and I hope you've had just as much fun as I have by being part of this channel and this community. It doesn't matter that this channel today isn't 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. Yes, I'd love my channel to be there, but the point is that I've been genuine and I have been here consistently throughout these 5 years just for you, investing in tons of time and energy here. It's more than 1,000 videos now. It's like 1,100 videos, I'm sure. Nearly coming up on that. That we have been here together. So I hope you appreciate that. And just sharing a little bit of love on the channel would get us a long way into the next season of this bull cycle. And that's why you have come to this channel. So crypto adoption on track to hit 8% by 2025. That's 656 million people. And with a $2.3 trillion market cap today, with double that coming in, we're definitely going to be hitting somewhat a $5 trillion market cap in crypto. And that is just powerful. We're only just at the midst of getting out. And we're talking about that 5 trillion happening sometime in 2025. Could we expect much more because of all of the liquidity? More people in that group may have more money to invest. We don't know, actually, because we don't, at least I don't have those statistics here right now. But all I can say to you, my friend, is that with 656 million people in the space, how much Bitcoin do you think there is for you? Okay? Because if 656 million people had to share 21 million Bitcoin, other way around, sorry. 21 million divided by 656 million. Okay? We're looking at 0.03 Bitcoin that each one of those people could have. Now, I'm pretty confident that's only 8% of the world, and the whole world is 8.1 billion people. So, in order for everybody on this planet to have some Bitcoin, okay, divide that by, yes, 8.1 billion, okay, that leaves you with 0.025 or 26 Bitcoin. And that's why that amount is actually a very significant amount for you, because every person in the world could have that amount if they bought that amount of Bitcoin now already. But is that the case? Well, no, because actually the Bitcoin holdings that are already in place between MicroStrategy, BlackRock, and Fidelity and Grayscale, they own nearly 1 million Bitcoin, my friend. Ouch, ouch. A million of that Bitcoin's out. 2.5 million of that is lost. There's 1.5 million left to mine. And other people that have already invested, like yourself and myself, we own about 9.5 to 10.5 million Bitcoin collectively, okay, across the world. And I'm talking about the original, 356 million people, okay, that we were talking about earlier on, that own that. In fact, I'm not even going to divide it. Well, actually, I could divide it by 10. Let's call it 10.5 million Bitcoin. Okay. Other way around. 10.5 million Bitcoin divided by 356 million gives us 0.02. So you see how that 10x'd already, my friend. That's a 10x in what we've just discussed here. So you would need 10 times more money, essentially, to get into a position today at a 0.0, call it 0.03 Bitcoin. If you could buy that for yourself, you will be part of the elitists in Bitcoin. And I can tell you something right now, that's going to be worth tremendous amounts of money later on in the near future. And I'm going to show you why. Within the next decade, that Bitcoin could be at some crazy prices. Let's delve right in, my friend. Thank you once again for being here with me on the Crypto Bliss channel. Let's get to it. If you are trading this with me, make sure to hit my Bybit link down below in the description of this video and get yourself up to $30,000 deposit trading bonus. If you get yourself $30,000 deposit trading bonus, you could buy half a Bitcoin with that, and you could trade it ridiculously as high as you wanted to, as high as you needed to, whether it's on spot and you take it off the exchange. That's a deposit that is so juicy. You may want to consider that for yourself to become financially free. Because if you can buy 0.05 of a Bitcoin instead of 0.5 of a Bitcoin instead of 0.02 or 3 of a Bitcoin, well, my friend, then you would be sitting, smiling right now. You probably wouldn't have to do much work for the rest of your life. Although, why would you want to stop there? What other assets could you accumulate that could make you financially free? In this video, we're going to do a little bit of a delve into that. Right now, I would appreciate you giving some love to the Crypto Bliss Twitter page at this point. 424 followers. We post relatively, I share a lot of people's posts at this point then doing a lot of my own. I do share my videos and sometimes my trades and my positions, but at some points you see there, like there, I got stopped out. We spoke about that. You know, I'm transparent with you, and that's the point of having a channel, that you reveal both the good and the bad in your investments and your investment strategies, your trading strategies. And that's why you subscribe to the Crypto Bliss channel. So let's move on from here, because right now Bitcoin bull run is incoming, and we are literally at the moment, we are about to bounce off of the springboard, the trampoline, and I'm going to show you very, very soon. So stick with me. Don't get shaken out, because there was the bottom, there was the peak, there was the bottom. Here was the mid-cycle, and there was the bull run. There was the peak, there was the bottom. Here's the mid-cycle, there was the bull run, there's the peak. Here was the bottom, here's the pump to the mid-cycle, and the bull run is getting ready to take off. Could we hit $220 to $350,000 in this cycle by 2025, end of 2025, beginning of 2026? You let me know about that and your thoughts down below. My personal target is $300,000. So if you see here, interesting that 220 odd may actually end up being in the same light as it is here, with a 20K, okay, the 20K resistance trend line right here. Okay, we broke down, we pumped up, there was a channel, that was the first pump in this RSI. Then there was the peak of the bull cycle. That's point 1 and point 2. That led us up to 69. We are now at point 1 and point 2. Could that lead us possibly up to 220 to 350 odd thousand, 220 odd K, according to this chart? That is a massive potential, and I wouldn't put it past it. What do you think down in the comments below? What is your target for this cycle? Now, Plan B says that Bitcoin is 90% boring in the yellow boxes. All gain is only 10% of the time, which is the red arrows. So always after a halving, coincidence? I don't think so. So after a halving, boring, sit sideways, and then the pump. Boring, sit sideways, and then the pump. Boring, sit sideways, and then the pump. Boring. Once we break out, you can see here, we're knocking on the tippity top of the door. Once we knock on the top of the door, and we do essentially get the breakout, the realized cost price, the 2-year realized and 5-month realized actually break out, and they start to pull very close and align with one another. And then they have a little pause, making the next high, a little pause, making the next high. And we haven't even done that yet. So we still have some time. You still have some time to make some crazy, awesome gains. And if that doesn't interest you, and this doesn't interest you, well then, what are you doing on this channel? Why are you even here? There's a little dude in here that is not welcome, and please would you kindly leave? I would appreciate that. Okay, so Bitcoin is ready for a huge bull run. Right now, you can see us that we are off the 1, the baseline, the 2 is the mid pump, and the 3 is the cycle top. 1 baseline, 2 midline, 3 cycle top. 1 baseline, 2 mid, 3 cycle top. Could we pump, according to this chart, up to $300,000 odd? My belief says yes. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. So I actually think that's a really good chart. And so the last chart that I want to share with you is that after March 2024, Bitcoin long-term holders declined at rates not seen in crypto since 2021, leading to the crypto cycle top. But this isn't the top. We see in every mid-cycle powerful moves drain the long-term holder supply. Long-term holder supply has returned just as it did before. So boom, right here. They're waiting for much better prices to come. Why would they not be, my friend? Why would they not be? So 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay. As you can see here, right now, could we drop down? No, look at where we at in the price action, not this chart. The price action, look at that. Pump, look at that. Pump, look at that. Pump, look at that. Pump, look at where we are right now. Pump, pump up the jam. Pump it up while your feet are jumping. And this, my friend, if you have not been subscribed to my channel or watching my videos, I have been repeating and regurgitating this to you regardless of where we're at right now. I just want to point out that we are in this sideways trend here, okay, regardless of all the other noise that bounced in and out of it. Look at what we have bounced off of, the 200 moving average. We have now also gone up and beyond and closed 1 and 2 candles today above the 20 moving average. This is the daily candle chart. If you cannot see what it is that I'm seeing, whoo, you need to put some goggles on, my friend. I don't know. Do whatever you need to do. But the MACD, the stochastic RSI, they're all pointing up in the short term, medium term, and the long term. So right now, I would expect us to kind of get to this level, create a pullback pattern off the 20 moving average once again, and another higher low. And then that's creating a W pattern. And then a breakout out of that brings us somewhere up to the 70 to 71K. I reckon by the end of October, we will be at $71,000 to $72,000 minimum. Which leads me on to then revert back to a chart of from our beautiful crypto expert, not Vivek. What's his name, man? Plan B. Don't know why I couldn't get his name right there. Plan B. A chart from Plan B, where Plan B shows us that possibly we could hit 70K by the end of October also. Where we have come from a few days ago on the 10th or the 2nd from 62,000. Right now, today, we are currently sitting at 63,684. Not bad, right? Not bad. All right, let's get on to some more juicy stuff here, because today, if you still do not have some conviction on Bitcoin right now, the world debt clock is nearly sitting at $90 trillion, as you can see here. And since I arrived however long ago on this video, 31 million has been printed. But that's a bit wrong. So it's about 3 or 4 times the amount that. So it's like 150 odd million, because I've been here for a bit longer than that. 150 odd million in like 20 minutes that has been printed. 150 odd million, they're nearly printing $1 billion every hour. So if you do not see this, and you do not realize that the national debt by country across the world, and I was absolutely astonished. If you're one of these countries that is here, let me know with the flag down in the comments below. But my country here, South Africa, I was absolutely gobsmacked to see how much debt South Africa actually has. GDP is $375 million. That's actually pretty darn massive. And that's why a lot of people believe that this is one of the best places in the world. I don't know about you, but GDP in the States is about $21 million. Let's go and check out the debt. Well, this is from 2020. The most indebted nations is Japan, Sudan, Greece, Eritrea, But guess what, my friends? The US is actually on that clock. That US is at the top of the clock, currently sitting at about 90, nearly 90.61% in public debt to GDP. That means they are like 9.39% away from being bankrupt. Bankrupt. Did you hear me? What I said? 9%. What? Oh my goodness. Well, carry on printing dollars. Carry on printing dollars. Now, the very interesting thing behind this is that China, look at the external debt to GDP ratio. Their public debt is quite high, but so in other words, this is what people have taken from the countries and the nations have taken from their own people. This is what debt they have taken from the outside. External debt to GDP ratio for the UK is literally 303%. They are by one of the freaking worst in this nation, in this world right now. I wonder why the currency is still so strong. Well, my friend, I don't know about you, but this is proving to me that still America and China, okay, well, actually, India and China, that's why the BRICS nations have just been formed. Let's go and even have a look here. Look at this. Nigeria, external debt. They don't have any external debt. You know why? Because they are doing things for their own economies. Look at how incredibly powerful some of these countries are to themselves. But the rest of the world, look at this. External debt, 60%. Public debt, 48%. They don't have enough internal funding to ratio is absolutely stomped, man. This is epic. The same as Spain. Spain are bankrupt. Spain is bankrupt. I don't know. I'm Spanish. I have Spanish citizenship, but I wouldn't go live in Spain. I'd have a little home, but I wouldn't go live in Spain because that is no go, of course. The same thing with Russia. Russia's mad down. The same thing with Portugal. Poland is almost there. The same thing with Norway. I mean, look at this. Netherlands is smashed. Korea is okay. Ireland heading that way. Greece, absolute. Oh, Greece is managing to just claw on to a break-even balance. Belgium, they 2x fucked. Australia, 2x smashed. Okay. Can you see this? Canada is bust. Guys, this is not a joke anymore. This is bad ass. There you go, Brazil. Brazil is looking good. That's why Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. The only reason Russia is actually part of this, even though they external debt, they crashed their currency. Well, they've got lots of tricks up their sleeve, and they've partnered and allied with Russia strategically and become part of the BRICS nations. My friends, I don't know about you, but with the US debt sitting and like they've printed nearly $1 trillion within this month, okay? I don't know how much longer you can tolerate them doing this to your currency. And I must say, I'm in South Africa and I make quite a very, very healthy amount of capital every month. But it's very interesting. It's still, in some ways, is not nearly enough to live the life that one could expect to live with that kind of funding and that kind of rotational cash flow every month. But yet I say to you that we can feel these numbers hitting our countries. We can feel the inflation across the world. We can feel the debt that has spiraled out of control across the world. How nations are dying. How nations are stealing from their future generations. And this, my friend, is why I continue to speak about Bitcoin. Why Bitcoin should be right now at way, way, way higher prices than what we're at today. Okay, I can't even show you this right now. It doesn't seem to be there at this point. But literally, Bitcoin should be at millions of dollars today based on this and all of this national debt, which totals up to nearly $90 trillion in debt, let alone the debt instruments, the derivatives, the property mortgages, the AAAs, the fly A's, the A to Z's, the BC's, the whatevers in contract paper that allowed those banks to print money. Let me say this to you. There's a reason Diddy has gone to jail. There's a reason Diddy has been caught out. There are people that are much more powerful than him that he has messed around with, that have put him in that position. But this could take down lots and lots of people in the pharmaceutical, the hotel industry, the music and the entertainment industry. This can take out some of the world's most global elites. And guess what? The majority of those fuckers don't actually have any Bitcoin. And that's why you and I are ahead of the game. And make some noise for us on the channel down in the comments below right now, because that's why we are here together, part of this minority, okay? This tiny little 1,800 community that I'm so grateful for, that I get to speak to frequently on videos, gets to show us and the world that we are part of that 356 million people that have well positioned themselves in Bitcoin as a freaking hedge against this bullshit printing and devaluing the world's population by hundreds and hundreds of trillions of dollars. Not just $90 trillion, my friend. We're talking quadrillions here. Actually is the real number. So with that being said, the very reason we are currently on an incredible springboard opportunity right now, okay, the eruption is busy taking place. The eruption goes in spews. You get a spurt and then it drops, and then a spurt and then it drops. That's what's going to happen. That is what is happening. And my friends, this is just the beginning of the Bitcoin chart. Because as we all know, this Bitcoin chart is due and expected to hit very much up here at the 242 to my target 300,000, maybe spitballing up to 400, 500, 600,000. I don't know. My target is 300,000. Once I see 300,000, man, my friends, out of altcoins, out of these things, making sure that I have accumulated as much Bitcoin right here, right now, and along this journey as possible. So use my Bybit link down below. Get yourself up to $30,000 deposit bonus. Get yourself half a Bitcoin, some Bitcoin, 0.002 Bitcoin, 0.003 Bitcoin, and let's go and be part of that millionaire's future protected storage of your wealth position. Okay, now this is something that I show very frequently on the channel. Shout out to Blockchain Center for doing such an incredible Bitcoin rainbow chart. I really like this rainbow chart. What I like about it is that you can take it into any dimension of time that you want. Firstly, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. You can see the whole thing. You can see where we're at today. And right now, you can still see here that we are currently in the cheap position. We've just kind of hovering between the still cheap and accumulate position of Bitcoin. Why do you think there has been so much buying in Bitcoin? Why do you think that there has been all of this buying, whenever it hits the baseline of this pretty much this bottom? And I'm going to say it reached down to the 618. It tested the 618 already, my friend. Look at where the stochastic RSI is right now. Look at where the MACD is right now. Why would you want to be positioned in any way else other than getting ready for this ridiculously awesome explosion in Bitcoin? And so if we were to hit even just $220,000, my friend, that is between the 3.618 and the 4.2368. Now we know Bitcoin likes the 3.618, so I wouldn't be surprised if we did top out at $210,000, $250,000. I don't know. I didn't call it because I didn't really know much about Bitcoin. But people in this last cycle, people like Bitboy and a few others, they've learned from their lessons, I guess, is what they said, and they were calling 100,000, 100,000, 100. I mean, I got in over here in crypto and Bitcoin, guys. So I only felt a little pinch down here. I could not, well, I didn't because I invested all the way up here, and then I felt all of this down here. And so that was the position where I've been in pretty much. And so he kept calling 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. And look at what we got up to. We only got up to like 69,000. So we missed the target by about $30,000. So could we potentially get somewhat a similar scenario? I don't know. For me, this looks actually quite heavily manipulated for a top to do something like this. That's all I can say. A normal top is just rally up and drop on its ass down and erase all the fucking gains. But Bitcoin is a different kind of asset. And this is why you're subscribed to my channel, because Bitcoin is the asset. It is limited in supply. It cannot compete. Nothing can compete with it. Not gold, not anything, guys. So what I'd like to share with you is that if I pull this screen right across here and I have a look at the time zone that takes us all the way to 2037, I would like to share with you what price we could potentially hit at that point over there. But I'm going to ask you to just hang around for a moment, because I just have a few more things on the charts that I want to share with you before I get onto that. So first of all, as I said, we're actually nearly at that 8.2 population. That's pretty amazing. Why would you not be looking at populations like these three? These three are the biggest: India, China, USA. Russia's got 144 million. And South Africa isn't even in the top 20. So that's pretty interesting, right? That we see these. I mean, India is just crazy and how it's growing. So look at China. Look at China is like just chilling. I mean, it went up and now it's down. It went up and now it's like it's chill. This thing is just ticking up, my friend. Literally, one every like 3 seconds. See, China's population is actually diminishing right now by the looks of it. When I look at this chart, and if I look at USA seems to be pretty darn stagnant, as we've seen here. Chinese population is diminishing one by one. Okay, USA is increasing like once every 10 seconds. So I don't know where all of the money is going to come from. But if this is going, these two have like nearly half. They have about 45% of the world's population, my friend. Just those two. Okay, those two alone. And they're part of the BRICS community. So, of course, they want to do things. Of course, they want to take control because they can. They're bigger than the USA. Not from a GDP perspective at all. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, China's pretty close. Japan is next to China. Germany is miles behind. And India is miles behind. So India has a lot of catching up to do. Sorry, from a GDP perspective, India has a tremendous amount to do and work towards. The US GDP is down $7 trillion right now as we speak. Okay, from its national debt. It is in debt. China are about 3 trillion above their debt line. In other words, they have fucking money. They're liquid. Okay. They got some sort of cash. The US doesn't. They're 7 trillion in debt. Germany also in debt. Japan wildly in debt. And they keep printing. What do you think is going to happen to America, my friends? China seems to have their shit together and under control. That's all I can say to you. So when I'm looking at this beautiful total 2 chart and where we're at right now, the same thing is busy happening. 1, 2, 3, somewhat a neck and a head and shoulders pattern. Not quite, but at the same time, when we look at total 3 is busy bursting out of its next line. If you are not ready for altcoin season, my friend, altcoin season. In fact, we should go and see altcoin season, right? Altcoin. There you go. Let's go and have a look at altcoin season. But before I do that, I'm going to draw back here. Altcoin season is pumping. It's getting ready to make its pump out here. Just for you, all you just need to know right now is that there is a lot of money that is about to come in. The Bitcoin dominance is getting ready to make a pullback. As you can see, interesting, we pumped off of this level and made a pump up. We're ranging. We're going to range right now. Who knows? This and this could create lower highs. Although the volume is pushing up, I did say to you, we could still push up a little bit more. So is it time for altcoin season? Let's go and have a look. Let's go and see if we are ready for the altcoin season index. Now, with such a massive world population, all of the debt that we are experiencing, and everything else from the position and the perspective that we are a growing world population with limited supply in this Bitcoin, what are you actually going to do? Let me know down below. What are you doing to protect yourselves in this world, in this realm? Right now, it is still not altcoin season. We're actually still closer to Bitcoin season, and that is because I keep showing you the Bitcoin dominance chart. Look at the Bitcoin dominance. The dominance keeps going. The dominance is up. So right now, we're sitting at 39. Yes, we're trying to make our way up there, but it isn't altcoin season yet. And my friends, I need to point out to you just how absurdly quick altcoin seasons can be. So altcoin seasons, yes, you should have invested in them kind of halfway up this trend. Probably now is a decent time, right? Let it pump. Okay. But right here, if you were, 18th of March, 2021, and then it crashed right here, right back down there. 24th of June, 2021. That's 3 months. You've got 3 months to make money. Look here. Again, December 2017, and that's too low. Yeah, to March. You got 3 months. Let's do this one. This one's even shorter, I'm sure. Let's go from that point there. August 2022 to September. You had 1 month there in altcoin season, my friend. Your time is limited in altcoins, okay? And that's why it's going to be very important to know how to take profits when Bitcoin dominance actually makes its turn here, somewhere here in this region. It's going to make a turn. When it makes a turn, it will break and close underneath this purple box. This purple box right now is your friend. So underneath close underneath the 50 or the 100 moving average between those two zones there will very likely, in fact, I'd like to say a close below the 200 would actually indicate to us the real true strength of the altcoin dominance and the altcoin season, my friend. And that's why you're subscribed to the Crypto Bliss channel, because I'm bringing you this crazy alpha all the time. That's what you want. That's why be positioned well to make financial changing gains when the world debt clock is currently sitting at $90 trillion. Where on earth are these people getting their money from? Because just like these numbers are busy displaying here on my computer screen right now on the video that you're busy watching, my friend, I have to say to you that these very same numbers are on a computer screen, and that's all they are. They digits in a digital realm, and that's how they exist. There's not $90 trillion in paper money printed. There's no space on all of Earth for that kind of money. I'm just kidding, there is. But there's not enough trees. Maybe hemp, if one day, but not right now. $90 trillion does not exist in real paper money. Okay, it exists in a financial debt system that it has exploited yourself, your future, our future, your children's futures, your grandchildren's futures into an enslaved system and society. And that's why people like myself will continue to speak out in favor of Bitcoin as the king asset that deserves to be recognized for the ridiculous gains that it has brought people since its inception 15 odd years ago. Actually, I think, Nick, this week, 7th, 15th of October, I think, is Bitcoin's birthday. All right. Let's go and just have a quick squiz here. Quick squiz. Let's see if it was. Can't get it. Can't get it. All right. Yeah, it was about 2009, October 2009, more or less. Now, the juicy of this entire circumstance right here, the part that you have all been waiting for, is that if you were patient enough to just accumulate Bitcoin on this rainbow chart while it's in the blue, okay, and just accumulate it while it's in the blue, Michael Saylor says he'll be buying it at its peaks forever. And that's all the way at the top in the red. I wouldn't be doing that because you'd lose money, okay? You would lose money. But the point is that you're dollar cost averaging your position. So your position remains weighted lower in price value, okay, than higher. That's just what it is. Unless you're buying all of it at the top. It depends on how much of the, I mean, he could just say, I'm going to buy the top forever and just buy 1 Bitcoin or 10 Bitcoin, 100 Bitcoin, whatever their budget is. But I guarantee you that while it's in the blue, they are buying the chunkiest, healthiest billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin down here rather than up there. There's no mistake about that. He's not a silly investor. And that's why even he, since this inception down here, has outperformed the Bitcoin price itself by an extra 100, 110 odd percent, my friend. Now, if you were doing the same and followed his strategy and you did that up until the end of this rainbow chart here is 2037. So that's another, call it 12 years, just over a decade. Where would I be? Gosh, I'd be hitting nearly on 50, yeah? I'd be 49 at that point. That's a pretty ripe, juicy dawn age, I must say. And what a beautiful life I have lived up until that point and probably will be living at that point. I want to share with you why it is so important for us to be investing at Bitcoin right now at this point and this part of the season and this part of the cycle. So in 2037, we could expect Bitcoin to very likely be, let's give this thing a little bit of a refresh here. All right. So at that peak in 2037, well, I hope you are subscribed and I hope you are appreciating this video because I do take lots of time and energy to come here and share my valuable time and my valuable comments with you when really I need to be working on my businesses hardcore. So I hope that you enjoy watching these videos whenever I do make them for you. Make some noise, subscribe to the channel if you are not yet subscribed, and let's get rich and wealthy together. Let's protect our future selves because we hold custody, guys. We hold custody of our own crypto. We don't give it away to the government or other custodians. That's the point, is that you own it. And you are your own bank. You're your own Federal Reserve. You're your own institution. And you are your own boss. And you are your own financial manager, your own accountant. Well, of course you can have all of that. But the point that I'm trying to make is that you're in control of your own financial destiny instead of it being in the hands of somebody else. So right now, let's shift this all the way back up to 2037, like we've been saying here that we want to get a good look at. We'll zoom out of this. And the moment that you have all finally been waiting for. Okay. Oh, it keeps moving. This thing is fast today. Okay. So 2037, pretty much we should be up at about $3.5 to $4.5 million Bitcoin. Call it $4.5 million Bitcoin. Okay. For some reason, it's just not allowing me to show you here right now, guys. I need to get cracking here. So $4.5 million Bitcoin. Okay. Who wants to see $4.5 million Bitcoin? Let's get this chart. Let's get this chart. Okay, so $4.5 million Bitcoin divided by the current price of Bitcoin today, which is 63,000, call it $63,700. What do you think that we're going to look at? What do you think that this price will look like? How many X do you think you can make over the next 12 years, according to this very incredible and very accurate Bitcoin halving chart? Well, my friend, $4.5 million divided by 63,000. If you bought one Bitcoin today and it's worth $4.5 million in that point. Oh, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. $4.5 million at the peak of 2037. And the base case would be at $600,000. So in the next 12 years, you've bought one Bitcoin and you've 10 extra money. You've one extra money every year, pretty much compounding. What the fuck? Okay, now if it was the extreme case and you could have the high of that, you would literally make a 70x over the next 10 years, giving you a 7x gain on your money every year. And this 7 is quite a significant number because that's what Mr. Strategy Michael Saylor continuously speaks about, is the number 7. And you need to get above the 7% inflation plus the 7% interest, giving you a return on your money. So you need, in order to make money, need to have 14% or more return. Okay. Bitcoin is giving you a 70x return over that same time. And that's just if the projected value of the money printing happens now. That's without World War III. That's without the money printers across the world, the debt spiraling, the BRICS currency coming in. It's without any of that at this point. So all things equal, we could be $4.5 million of Bitcoin plus with 70x in your pocket, not the bank, my friend. So I hope you've learned an incredibly valuable lesson here with me today on the Crypto Bliss channel and this live spotlight session. I'm not doing any trading with you because clearly my Bybit account just doesn't flow so nicely while we're on here on the live session. But one day we'll do a little bit of a live session once again. And what I want to say to you is I really appreciate you. So thanks for being here with me and being here part of the community. If you enjoyed it, make some noise, leave some comments. Let me know the flag from the country that you are in down in the comments below. And I truly appreciate you for being here with me. Check my videos out, hit the notification bell so that you see what other videos I will be releasing for you over the course of the week. It's just pure constant alpha